Okay, kids, in this video we are going to be talking about mean, and it is found on pages 368 and 369 of your Pearson Realize book. And so what you're going to want to do right now is take out your book and take out your notebook so you can take notes and follow along. Alright, when we talk about finding the mean for a set of numbers, we are also asking for the average. And so it's important for kids to sometimes realize that the mean is the same as the average for a set of numbers. Alright? When finding the mean for a set of numbers, involves three basic steps. Our first step is step number 1. You simply add your data. The next step, you divide the sum or your sum by the number of items you added. So once you've added your data, you're going to get a sum, and then you simply divide your sum by the number of items that you added. And then the third step, which you may or may not have to do, is round if needed. Okay? And then we kind of leave that sometimes is left up to you based on the situation you're finding the mean for. Often you will get data in the form of tables and need to find the mean. So in other words, you might get a table that says final test scores. And you'd have to say, okay, well, we have a final test score 95, 87, 84, 81, and 83. And then you might be asked to find the mean for the final scores. And so you would do the following. You would take each score and you would add all of those scores up and you would get a total. So in this case, you can see they have it set up as doing the addition and then dividing by 5. So we have, if we add each of those up together, we would get a total of 430. So then we're going to take 430 and we will divide it by 5. Okay? And when we do that, we get a mean or average final score of 86. And so if we were to look at the data here and arrange it from least to greatest, we would say, yeah, 86 is about the center or the middle of that data, which is kind of a neat way of looking at it. Another way of seeing how we find the mean is you will take your data, and a lot of people just simply do it this way. They will say, okay, I need to take all of my scores, add them up, and get a sum of 130. Then what I'll do is divide the sum by the number of add-ins in the set, or the number of numbers in the set. So our sum is 430. The number of add-ins or items that we added is 5. So then we divide 5 into 430 and we get 86. And so that is our mean. Okay? So that is pretty much basically how you find the mean. Now, as you find the mean for the following, show your math work. In other words, I'm going to do something that most of you aren't going to like right now. I'm going to ask you to show your math work. Practice your computation skills. This is something really important in mathematics, and we need to have those down. Then you can check with a calculator if you need to, and if you find any errors in your mathematics, go back and correct them. So if your answers are incorrect, go back and check for errors, because our computation skills are always something that we can practice. Alright? So let's take a look at our first problem now. Find the mean for this data set. Pause the video and do the math work. Alright, here we go. Now, the first thing that you want to do if you want to find the mean is you need to add your numbers up. So, of course, if we have 5 and we add 4 plus 4 plus 9 plus 8. We add those all up. We could say that 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus another 4 is 13. 13 plus another 9 is going to give us 22. And then, of course, 22 plus 8 equals 30. Now, this was not the standard algorithm, but you can see where I showed my work and how I got my final sum. So then if I take and I do the next thing needed to find the mean, so the second thing I will do is I will divide my sum, which is 30, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 add-ins. 30 divided by 5 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. Subtract. I have no remainder, so I don't have to round. And the correct answer is going to be 6 as the mean. Alright? See if you can find the mean for this set of numbers. Okay? So go ahead and pause the video and find the mean for these numbers. Alright, here we go. Here is the first step. We add. And again, when you add, you can set it up like this. You can group your add-ins and then come up with partial sums and then add those. It's really up to you, but in this case, our addition gives us a sum of 510. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set up our division problem with our 510. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 add-ins, so we're going to divide by 6. And 6 into 51 will go 8 times. 8 times 6 is 48. 51 minus 48 is 3. Bring down our 0. 6 into 30 will go a total of 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. Subtract, we have 0. So in this case, the mean for this list of numbers is 85. Alright? Okay, let's see if you can find the mean for this set of data. Pause the video and do your math work. Alrighty, here we go. And when we take our numbers and we list them for addition, we find that our sum is 352. So now that we've done the addition, we come over here and we set up our division problem. And we're going to want to take and divide 352 by 8 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 add-ins. And when we divide 35 by 8, 8 divided by 35 is 4. 4 times 8 is 32. 35 take away 32 is 3. Bring down our 2 and we have 32. 8 into 32 will go a total of 4 times. 4 times 8 is 32. 32 take away 32 leaves us with 0, so no issues rounding. And our mean for this set of numbers is 44. Alrighty, so if you have any further questions about mean, you can review it in your book, see your teacher for help, or of course, use your parents as a great resource.